But before we delve back into the conversation, I want you to know that voting is not just a right, it's a responsibility that shapes our nation. So together we can make our country better by deciding to go and vote come the general elections. Why? Because this process is entirely attached to us as a nation. For the next 5 years, Uganda needs leaders that can transform us, leaders that can change this nation to the nations that we highly admire. At this particular moment, I would like to have a honorable member come take to the floor of the August House. I'm going to have a lady, and then I'll have you. So I would like her to come and deliberate a number of issues. We are talking about voter education, civic education, and also service delivery here in Gulu District, but also Gulu City. Over the years, how has Gulu been able to transform into the beautiful city that we see, but also what are the challenges that are hindering it from moving forward? Honorable member, thank you so much for being part of this conversation.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I observe the protocols in this meeting, and I want to take this opportunity to thank the NTV Uganda Parliament.
A round of applause for NTV. A round of applause for NTV.
Madam Speaker.
Yes, madam.
I'm here to raise a few concerns concerning my government.
Yes.
I want to congratulate my government, or His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to transform Uganda into different categories. Both categories we are benefiting through the government projects. For example, economic transformation, we have MYOGA, PDM, OF, that our community were being benefiting. And when we come to health facilities, we have almost the health center, 3 health centers, 4, in all districts of Acholi sub-region. That is the pride of this government, and it's working well. What we are lacking as Gulu district is only the CT scan in the facilities, which it is very far for our community to access up to Gulu City. When a person is in a critical condition, cannot be able to reach where the CT scan is. So that is where my request go to the government. And I want to thank the government on whatever he's doing in this country. When we looked at the roadsides, when we look at the education, almost most of the sub-counties, they're having the primary school, secondary school, good access roads for our learners, and free education in the country. That is the pride of our government, though other they are still provoking. But on my side, we are protecting the gains. And we have to continue protecting these gains.
Allow the honorable member to first give her submission.
Madam Speaker, can I ask you?
Yes.
Is this only for opposition party or even for the NRM?
No, this is a socio-economic show for everyone to participate. So I would like you to allow her, give her submission. You also, she respected you and you gave your submission.
My name is Ato Joyce Awan, a councillor 5 representing people of Paicho sub-county. At the same time contested as a woman member of Parliament Gulu District in this past primary election. That is me. So when I'm protecting my government, when I'm appreciating my government, when I'm congratulating my government, I'm seeing the impact, the gain that he gave to the country and the profit we are getting as the Acholi sub-region. Madam Speaker, in this government, when we looked around, it has brought us a very big change in the country, not only the Acholi sub-region, more development in all departmentals.
Yes.
Even those who are provoking the news. And I want to congratulate the security team, the UPDF, the police, for the hard work. They are the one who made us now to sleep in the house.
Honorable
we were in the camp for many times, for many years.
Honorable
but
member,
they fought for us
just a minute.
Finish the war.
Just a minute.
Honorable member, you are not stopping these people.
No, just give me a minute because you're not stopping. You're not allowing me to stop them.
Madam Speaker.
I would like us to respect each other on the floor of the August House. So she has 5 minutes to speak. Any subjection can come. When she's done, I'll call you. She will stay right there and you will object. And then she will also interject if she has to. So unless you give her time to submit like you submitted, then she will not be able to submit. Okay?
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much.
I congratulate the security team, the UPDF, the police, all the security team for the hard work they have done. We have been in a war for many years, and to the due of their efforts they made, we are now at home, we are sleeping in the house. That is the peace we have in northern Uganda now. Although we are still claiming the kettles, I heard people were raising that complaint. But I want to assure you that the government has accepted to give five cars for the households, per each household, which is going to happen, I hope so. So in anything that is happening now, we have to appreciate the government. Concerning our youth, I've seen it there in the agenda about their goal. We are well aware that war has affected actually sub-region. That's why when we see the low turn-up of education in the actually, that was because of war. When we looked at the high poverty in actually sub-region, that is the disadvantage of war, which as the actually, we have to stand firm, not to support somebody who's want to fight the government, who wants to bring us back again to the war. We have to stand firm, to stand with the government and to accept to work with the government to bring more development in Acholi, and we stand as firm as Acholi. Madam Speaker, I want to assure you, PDM, they are giving people a benefit.
I humbly request that you have information. Order.
Madam Speaker, give me time. This is my time, not anybody's time. Madam Speaker, this is my time.
And you're going to correct. No, you're going to correct.
No, not misleading.
Can I have order?
Misleading our youth.
Can I have order?
Madam Speaker, this is my time.
I want, you see, the only way we can deliberate on these issues if she airs them out. Every time she airs out, you have something to deliberate on. Not so. So allow her deliberate. She has only 5 minutes. Now so far she has used 3. Allow her deliberate. You all came and deliberated. Give her time to deliberate. Mr. Onyengenyeng, I want you to sit and watch other members deliberate. Let us respect each other on the floor of the August House. And I've seen 4 hands. When she's done, put up your hand and come and clarify and give information. Very important.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I was about to conclude, yes, but again, they consume my time. I will take more time for that.
If you consume her time now, she's taking more time.
Yes, so exactly. So, Madam Speaker, I was coming out on the PDM you were asking for.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Our people are benefiting from PDM. Only that they are still lacking a few sensitization, how to make money, how to save money, how to use money.
So isn't this the way that this particular program was supposed to evolve, from educating, from sensitizing, and then the program
exactly should come from educating those who are receiving the beneficiaries,
yes,
before they receive the money for PDM.
So what has happened?
That one, it has been happened in other area. In other area was not happening. Okay. So I think this is not a very big claim. We are going to correct that. And even the EMI Yoga, even the OWEP, all the government projects, we are going to correct that to make our people know how to make money and how to save money when they receive money, not to misuse the PDM, because that is a SACCO farm.
Okay, so Honorable Member, before you leave the floor, I also have a question.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
We said earlier, do you think the Electoral Commission has failed on its mandate to educate the citizens of Gulu? How have the residents of Gulu City and district been prepared for the general election 2026?
Madam Speaker, this coming election is free and fair. And I hope the government is following what is called democracy very well. The reason why I said this, the machine is coming. And the election is going to move as usual, free and fair. There's nothing wrong with that. Our community, they know how to vote, and they know who is to vote, and they know which leader to vote. So they vote a leader here according to your capacity and according to you to be as a leader, a code of conduct. So I think they're not doing a mistake to elect someone. It depends how you spend. Now, I heard they were talking about people are giving money to make our community to vote for them. Yes, Madam Speaker, that is not money, that is water. When you call someone to come to your rally, you have at least to give somebody water, not being there thirsty, hungry, and hearing your rally for what matters.
So, Honorable Member,
that is the water, yes.
So, Honorable Member, I just have a question.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Are you advocating for monetization of politics? Because when you say water worth how much? You see, water worth how much? So what are you
Water
pushing?
is 1,000. Even for me, I was just buying water and soda and take it to the venue. I was not being giving money to people.
Okay, thank you so much, Remember. That is your submission.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Remember says that she buys water for those that have come. Okay, thank you so much for that submission.
So, Madam Speaker.
So as you wind up in 30 seconds.
To conclude.
Yes.
This is a request to everyone in this house. Let us not mislead our youth to enter in a gathering that brings criminal people. That's why you see the forces has entered. in what they should not be entered, because they enter to rescue the community, not to be attacked, not their properties to be removed from the shop, not to destroy the people market from there in the market. So the forces came out to rescue the community, not to fight any party. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Thank you for the submission. I had a point of information. Yes. Okay, please. As you come to give the information and then give your submission. Yes, please, Honorable Member. You wanted to inform us.
Yeah, thank you very much. My information, my name is Burlington Pungwech. Yes, I am the current Councillor 5 for Bungatira Sub-County in Gulu District. My information, it is within line with the submission given by my colleague, Honorable the pre-holder of the stage. She talked here boldly that she's very proud because of other achievements that the NRM has done. Education is one of them. And my information to her is that it is very unfortunate that with this regime, anybody can come to a decision forum. And that's the unfortunate part. Madam Speaker, my information to her is that when someone talked about education system in Gulu has been uplifted, I'd want to talk statistically. Last year, when PLE result came, Gulu district has 47 grant-aided primary schools. And when the PLE result came for 2024, only 25 pupils passed in first grade. And this 25, it is even less than the number of the schools, because we have 47 schools. But imagine out of 47 schools, only 25 were able to pass in first grade. Second graders were only 2,000. You can imagine. And somebody, a councillor moreover, coming to say that the standard of education has been uplifted. Is this what we are supposed to say here? It is very unfortunate and it is very embarrassing to the people of Gulu that we are struggling to uplift the standard of Gulu by saying that the NRM regime has done a disservice to us by lowering the standard of education, and the people elected to decide to give a direction to the public is coming to lie. Moreover, to the whole nation, that we have lifted the standard of Gulu, the education in Gulu. It is very embarrassing. And this is the kind of people the NRM they're electing in council here, and some of them they're in parliament. It is only just unfortunate that she failed the primary. She would have been a member of parliament. You can imagine that level of a person representing as a constituency member of parliament. You can see that the level of education in Gulu has lowered. What shows that it is lowered, it is even the person who is talking. If you cannot even express yourself and you are here saying the level of education has different, it is very embarrassing. Thank you very much.
Today we are here in Gulu City to make sure that the leaders educate the voters on the quality of the leaders that they're going to put into power and what effect they have on them for the next 5 years. Stay tuned and we shall be coming back to you after this break. Don't move a muscle. Thank you so much for watching NTV People's Parliament and welcome back from that break. We are in Gulu City. We would like to continue elaborating on a few issues here in Gulu City, and we have had so many members of Parliament come take the floor of the August House and give their submissions of what they expect ahead of the general election 2026. Before we took the break, there was a heated debate on the role of the Electoral Commission in educating citizens and how far Gulu has been impacted in this particular sense. However, I'll come back with another member of Parliament. Please, Mr. Nyanginying is going to give a submission, and then I'll have you, gentleman at the back, I'll have you, Honorable Member, after his submission. As people deliberate on their issues, we have taken that course, but I hope we cease the fire. I'll come to you, Honorable Member. Let me first have this submission. I'm going to come to you.
Thank you so much,
yes,
Madam
and I'll
Speaker.
have you back after the submission.
And all protocols observed. Madam Speaker, my name is Fred Ngomokwe. I'm an aspiring candidate for Mayor Badege Laibi in Gulu City. Madam Speaker, when I stand in this house, I stand in a very historic house. I stand in the house which is very challenging. I stand in the house and look at pictures of the legends who have made it in politics, of the legends who are in our hearts, of the legends who have determined politics in Acholi. And if you are coming in for politics and you don't understand the benefit of these pictures you are seeing, then you are not a politician. Because we vote for three people. We vote for the dead, we vote for the living, and we vote for those who are not yet born. These are the dead who've left the legacies that we are following. And we are the living who are supposed to create a good space for us. And politics is supposed to determine that space. And we also vote for those who have not yet been born, because we want to create a good space for them, so that when the world welcomes them, the world welcomes them in a space which is free for them to grow and make sense. It's a shame if someone comes into this house and want to think that misleading people is the order of Acholi. That is not the order of Acholi. It is wrong, and we shall say no to that. Madam Speaker, this makes me to start from the wrong angle. I'm happy my brother Burlington said this. Madam Speaker, I think it is intentional that the automatic promotion in primary should be going on. Madam Speaker, someone studies from P1 to P7 and gets stuck in P7. That is why the rate of school dropout is so high. Because after failing P7, you have nowhere to go. The only measuring tape we have is in P7. Someone fails P2 and is promoted to P3. The members of parliament who are going to parliament. This is a very contentious issue that needs to be discussed and needs to be reworked on, so that we have the quality that we need for the better future. So that tomorrow we are the choras that we celebrate. So that tomorrow we are the Maus who are still standing that we celebrate. When education is skilled, the society is killed. And this is exactly what is happening. Madam Speaker, you brightly mentioned this, that the work of the Electoral Commission, how is it impacting in our life? I want to proudly say that it's impacting negatively in our life. This time we are struggling. Instead of going and talking to the community, you need to go and educate the community to know the benefit of voting. This shouldn't have been our work.
Honorable Member.
We all have our manifestos, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Member, just a brief one. Just highlight the audience and the person watching. When you say impacted negatively, can we leave a percentage of they have actually arranged for an election? The fairness will come later. They've given the different members of parliament, the nomination process has gone on, and we are heading the general election, and we have leaders, and we are
Madam Speaker,
so when you say negatively, it means there is no election.
If the water in the pot is 3/4 clean, then the remaining quarter you pour the dirty water, then the entire water is terminated. Because what is the basis here? If we cannot make the voters know of their rights, and I'm so scared that we shall have a lot of invalid votes because people don't know what to do. And people don't come at the same time to be taken through on how to vote. This is a challenge. Madam Speaker, you allow me to say this, that the Electoral Commission, together with the Uganda Human Rights Commission, should have provided the civic education. This is missing. This has been missing. We have sent in our prayers. No one has listened to. And today, we are here crying. Madam Speaker, not everyone can be a leader. There is what we call a quality of a good leader. Before we get tempted to come for leadership, we need to define ourselves if we fall within the docket of that quality of a good leader. There is no way you can be a wrong thinker and you be a good leader. There is no way you can be a thief and you be a good leader. There is no way you can be a misleader and you be a good leader, because it's super parallel. Madam Speaker, when NTV brings in People's Parliament here, allow us to say this, that our country is going to the dogs because politics is not shaping anything. Madam Speaker, allow me to say this, that the young generation that are coming are failing to get the right thing that they should be having as the knowledge in politics. And we shall not be having good politicians. It is already seen today that if we take ourselves 10, 15, 20 years back, and we see the caliber of the leaders that we were having in Acholi, and the caliber of the leaders today, it is laughable. It is only when you see Burlington stand up to talk at the council, then you hear a leader speak. When you see my sister here standing up, a bill is standing up to speak, then you hear a leader speak. Then the majority comes in to say, I second, I second. And that is the quality of the leaders that we have. It is high time we got our pieces together and say no to that and bring in real leaders to take up the space for a better future.
And Honorable
our
Member,
future is dark.
Honorable Member, you've talked about the quality of leadership. And I would like to understand, as party leaders from where you stand, how are you preparing this quality of voters, not only for the general election, because even after election, we need these leaders in the community. Even when the election is done, we still need these leaders in the community. But what are the parties doing themselves to create these leaders? Are you nurturing, are you mentoring these leaders?
Madam Speaker, personally, I am doing a lot to nurture. I am doing a lot to educate. I am doing a lot to portray a different politics. A politics that doesn't carry any abuse. A politics that doesn't mention names of my opponents. A politics that looks at the future, looks at the present, but remembers the past as the informer for the present and for the future. When I read the books, so many books have been written by Okwot Pabite. And leaders should have been knowing the importance of being a good leader. A leader that leaves a legacy. There are so many leaders in Acholi that even parents are now refusing to take their names into their children. We've had leaders like the late Alex Ojera. There are so many Alex Ojeras in Acholi. But the question is, are we the leaders whose name are supposed to be forwarded in future? Looking at that as something important? Are our names going to be put on those children? Are they going to carry our names?
Honorable Member, please let's...
They are not going to carry
in 30 seconds, what are your parting points?
In a nutshell, as I get to the end of this, I stand for truth and justice. But allow me to say that as the member who is coming in for a division mayor, this city, when it was created, some portion of the sub-counties were cut, and today we call them the annex because they were not in the planning. The original city was planned. The annex are not planned. I'm encouraging and educating the community that let the planning be done in the community, not in the office, because it will help pave the way for the right development. I'm also letting them know that they have a stake in the development. I'm letting them know that health and sanitation is key for development and is key for our future. And lastly, Madam Speaker, I am letting the community who are the voters to know that it is not just their right to vote, but it's their responsibility to take up the space. It is annoying to tell you that in Badege Layibi, we have in excess of 53,000 voters. But wait for the count, not more than 30,000 will vote. And this is what we are fighting for as people who love politics, as people who are looking at the future, that let us raise the numbers of voters so that we stand for our vote. Our single vote means a lot. It present and represent and will stand for the future and for our life, for God and my country.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Now, from where I'm seated, I'm going to be also having other members of Parliament come to the floor of the August House. However, I also want to highlight that the Electoral Commission Act of 1997 gives the Electoral Commission of Uganda a constitutional and statutory mandate to educate citizens on the electoral process so that they make informed decisions.
Protocol observed. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're going to help me move closer to the microphone?
My name is Ukumulangwa Livingston, a veteran journalist. When today we have a good topic debating about the role of the role of election impacting on our life. Given the background, I see no reasons Ugandans should go for voting because there's no free and fair elections. By 1961, we had election, which was free and fair. When we talk about the free and fair election, which means that there's no involvement of militaries, there's no involvement of police, but what is happening today? Today, we have a orchestrated, organized crime, gangs of crime, that is the military, the police, the RDCs, and the UPDF. Given those background, you will see from after when Museveni had been into Uganda political scenes, there's nothing that election has ever been taking place. Because whatever we are doing, we see that every election, the NRM come up with that we have 60% of NRM, 10% or 20% of the opposition, which means that the government has already put in place management by the UPDF taking place in Nakasero and Kololo. So whoever is taking place here whole is nothing. That is what I'm saying, that there's no any kind of election that has been taking place. Secondly, when we talk about election in the country, we look at the free and fair playing ground. But with the current government of Museveni or the current regimes, there's no any free and fair elections. What has been taking place is militarization of elections. So there's nothing that we are saying that Uganda is going for the vote, because when we look here, we see everywhere, for example, in northern Uganda here, the RDCs, all the DPCs is coming from one area. They're taking decision on behalf of their shoulders. All the RPCs and all the intelligence apparatus, they are making their decision on behalf of our shoulders. How can you say that we have free and fair election? How can you say that we are now in a political arena? To me, there's nothing like that one. So my make is that there's nothing like political arena. There's nothing like conversing for vote. What is taking place is Museveni regime is occupation.
Honorable Member, I would like to pose a question to you to elaborate and highlight and also educate the masses. So are you trying to say that if someone comes from a different region, they cannot have knowledge to deliberate on or moving a current other area forward?
No, I'm not saying that if somebody comes from different region cannot make decision, cannot take place in a decision here. But what I'm saying, those who are coming from the other area, for example, what happened on the 6th, it was the plan of the UPDF, division commander, all the RDCs, all the district police commander, which they came here and they said that we don't want Bobby Wine here. So if we are for the time of election,
yes,
and somebody just come from nowhere, could not even give, does not even consider anything taking place here. Are we saying that we are in election?
Okay. I just wanted us to be clear whether on that, but thank you so much for deliberating on it. So as we wind up, Honorable Member, what is your take on service delivery in Gulu and also education in Gulu district and the city? Do you think over the years we are transforming to a better place, or the high illiteracy levels are taking over, hence leading to the street children that we've talked about and the growing gangs? What do you think should be done to cap down on the gang?
To me, after the matter of the LRA war, Northern Uganda was not being given the same equal opportunity, because the war has been here, and war also took place elsewhere in the country, in the other part of the world. But the post-war conflict was addressed differently. What am I saying? I am saying that the track 3 diplomacies, so track 2 diplomacies, the parties that involved in the conflict, they went and met and agreed that this is our position. So if the post-war conflict, if the track 2 diplomacy happened during the Juba peace talk, the track 3 diplomacy happened that the party that got involved in the conflicts here, for example, Afrikaners and the ANC in South Africa. When the thing was so rough, they went what is called a Dhaka Agreement in 1987. And they agreed that we are going to address, we are going to make, at least address the post-conflicts in that area. A case in point, what I'm saying, that northern Uganda suffered, and the absence of gun is not the silence of gun is not the absence of militarization. What happened in southern Sudan? They agreed, the party, that to address the conflicts in southern Sudan, they gave us all for survival. In northern Uganda here, the post-war conflicts should have been addressed in different way. For example, they should have been given free education for every children who wanted to go to school. And also, the traumatizations of the people in this community should have been done. But they work in infrastructures, but they fail to deliver on the social amenities. For example, when we talk about poverty, no, a poor person doesn't understand that is poor, because what we call the social dysfunction. Even me, when I'm poor, or I don't have anything, when you come and ask me that you are poor, I will not even agree. So what should have been addressed, those issues should have been political issues, that those who are going to campaign, they should come with agendas.
Okay.
But before that one also, not only even to address the conflicts in northern Uganda, we talk about their goal, because when the advent of the NRA came here in 1986, in 1987, the government in that, the new regime, they wanted to change a new current. But the new current never took place here, because only for 2 days, the center for exchange of money was taken to Lira. Here was war. Nobody could assess and go to, since that time, no any recovery has taken place. So when we talk about the poverties, when we talk about their goals, when there's nothing of that kind, there's no any plan of the government.
Okay.
Besides that one also.
Thank you. Let's wind
in
up.
summary, what I'm saying. Besides that one too, when we are talking about equal opportunities, the government in power never gave, even up to now, they are not giving any grant to these countries. It was PRDP was stolen. NOSAP never used, it was only for the few family, those who came here, and you see that how they are trying to de-traumatize their children, that the government is doing well. So even other intervention, there's no any government intervention equally as it happened elsewhere. So that is what I could say.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for that submission. And yes, he clearly talked about mindset change and also post-war conflict recovery, maybe speaking to the residents, engaging them differently. However, here in Gulu, ahead of the general election 2026, a pressing need to strengthen voter mobilization, voter engagement, voter education still stands at crossroads because of misinformation and a lot of rumored politics. But today we are here in Gulu City to make sure that the leaders educate the voters on the quality of the leaders that they're going to put into power and what effect they have on them for the next 5 years. Stay tuned, and we shall be coming back to you after this break. Don't move a muscle. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching NTV People's Parliament, and we are coming to you from the Acholi sub-region here in Gulu City. We are seated at the District Council Hall, and we're deliberating on some issues. So I would like to thank you so much for engaging in this conversation, but also right now, I still have a number of honorable members. Please come and take the floor of the August House, and then I'll have a lady. After the gentleman, I'll have a lady.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam
But
Speaker.
I keep, yes, before you go on, I keep telling people that in Luganda we say Ntebe Woma, like the chair is sweet. You see, when you're seated there, your hand is up, you really want to come and deliberate on some issues. But when you come, you also don't want to leave. You stay and then no one wants to leave the seat. So I'm only giving you three minutes. Please make sure you use 3 minutes and then another person deliberates on an issue.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Joe Wawili. I'm going to be...
Let them make you comfortable. Please help me fix the microphone. And also let us use that camera behind. It is your camera. When you come to stand here, that is your camera. So that people at home can see how much you deliberated and how much you're adding to this nation.
Yeah, Madam Speaker, I just want to talk briefly about the quality of waters we have in the sub-region. The LR war could have ended in 2006, But in northern Uganda, the issue of trauma still continue to shape the political behaviors here. I want to take, for example, in a situation where people go and scramble for t-shirt, the yellow t-shirt of 3,500 shilling. I remember in Pade, there's a mother who lost a child because they were just looking for t-shirt. She decided to abandon behind her a young baby. And in the process, people just step on her and she died. So look, in such a situation where someone will just exchange a t-shirt with a baby, a human being, a t-shirt of 350,000. What decision do you think that person will make to vote a person that will lead them? This is the challenge we have here. Sometimes we refer is the problem of the war. The people of northern Uganda are poor, but government has injected more than $1 trillion shilling here. Where did the money go? They said we have infrastructure, we have roads, we have the electricity, we have the market. But is it changing the life of the war victim in northern Uganda? No. So government left out what we call the softwares, the mental issues. Like for instance, at Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, where government even failed to give to manage, we have a case of 1,200 people coming every month with mental health-related cases. It moved from between 800 to 900 last year, but we don't have a proper rehabilitation center here being run by government. So such a situation, however you talk about voting, people will not vote based on the capacity of someone. They will vote based on how much someone has given him, has given her. This is the challenge we have in the upcountry here.
But doesn't that also reflect on the quality of leaders that we have? Because yes, the quality of the voter is that way, but you see they're using the same, they're using the gaps in here to come and influence the voter. So talk about the quality of leaders as well that we have, because these are the leaders that we elect as citizens of this country into power. And ahead of the general election 2026, what is that take you're giving to the people of Gulu City? Probably someone will listen and change their mind when it comes to
I think
elections.
For northern Uganda is local political will.
Yes.
For instance, last year we had a national parliament here. The issue of transitional justice policy, the ACT, they proposed it will come here because that will address the problem of northern Uganda. But how many years has it been there in the parliament? It has never become a law. So northern Uganda, in the absence of transitional justice policy or ACT, will never recover from the impact of the war. It's not about the quality of the leader here. This issue is about the political interest. Those who are in office do not have interest to address some of the issues in actually sub-region. That is, for instance, cattle compensation. For how many years? I've been in this election cycle from 1996 up to where we are. Pledges after pledges, but those things do not come. We have voted all categories of leaders. Like last year, people voted majorly the NRM. What did they do? Even they are the worst. So we still believe voting opposition is in a post-war situation is still the best option for people, because they will be in a position to advocate for the rights. For instance, the land right. Last year, when we had so many members of parliaments in NRM, that's where the case of land grabbing in northern Uganda went high. So what do you think we should do? The only option now, we should vote for people who will stand with their people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. The member is clearly talking about land governance and post-conflict recovery. They're saying that post-conflict recovery is not just about infrastructure. More has to be done here in Gulu District and Gulu City. Honorable Member, thank you for being part of this conversation. You're going to help me move to the microphone. We are discussing land governance, post-conflict recovery, but also what do you care about most in this next general election when it comes to you as a voter and a citizen of this country? Is it service delivery? Is it quality of leaders? Please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Of the People's Parliament.
Thank you.
I would like to welcome you to our beautiful city of Gulu.
Thank you very much.
It's just beautiful by nature, not necessarily by input from many other sources.
Those are not my words, but I'm going to ask you to use that camera at the back. Please look at it, because I would also like to see you later as you deliberate on those issues.
Yeah. By names, I'm called Akelo Diana Obita, and I'm a person born in Gulu. The elections, as we see it now, I would like to say that right now there is total disorientation of voting, because whether you vote or you don't vote, it doesn't make any difference. For instance, the other time when they were doing the NRM primaries, the person who did not get even one vote was declared the winner.
But how does that happen when we're lining up on the back? That is very vivid.
That is
because you can see that this line is long and this queue has no people. So how do the people of Gulu allow that to happen? The people of Gulu.
The people of Gulu, their hands are tied. They cannot change anything. The people stood, the line was long up to another, I don't know, up to
and
where.
Then you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20. And then you say
600 on this line, not even one.
I have a very passionate NRM member in this house. Yes. When you're done, I want her to clearly tell us.
Not even one in the other line. And people even started celebrating for Bosmik or team, Lucky Bosmik or team. Celebrations were even going on because it was obvious that he had won. But by the end of the day, the story had changed and they were saying another person had won. Okay. So there is voter apathy. We now suffer seriously from voter apathy. Whether we vote or we don't vote, the winner has been predetermined. And that is what I would like to beg the president of this country, Uganda, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Can you please improve on the system of governance of the NRM government so that it can come back to be respected? Because when we know that whether you vote or you don't vote, the winners are pre-decided.
So this explains the low voter turnout, the morality is low in Gulu.
People have lost the interest. People are actually, they feel that whether you go or you don't go, there is nothing going to change.
That is very sad for this nation.
The sad part is that we shall go and vote. But why are they telling us not to remain and what? Watch our ballots, guard our ballots. They are telling us after voting, you must what? Go away. That is already showing us that there is interest, intention to do something which should not be what? Be done. That is why they are telling people, after voting, go away. Don't stay there. If you stay there, we are coming for you with batons and chiboko. So why are they interested in chasing away people so that people cannot watch and guard their votes? So this is already showing us that there is an interest to bring in pre-ticked ballots to be stuffed into the ballots that we are going to vote.
But the voting machines, Honorable Member, for you, are still outdated. We are going to use the biometric system. You're talking about ballot stuffing.
Yes, you see, even yes.
Now the House is getting out of order.
Thank you.
I am also educating the Honorable Member that you have
voting machines are coming, yes. But as you know, everything has electronics is managed. It can be pre-designed to be managed and controlled from.
But I remember, why are you predicting? You're predicting the Electoral Commission before the election is coming.
The Electoral Commission is like us, the voters. Their hands are tied.
Those are the words of the Honorable Member.
Commission have their hands tied. They cannot make any decision which is impactful. They are ordered, do it this way, and they must do it. If you don't do it, Chiboko.
So, Honorable Member,
waiting for you.
do we have a way forward as we wind up in 30 seconds? What do you think should be the way forward?
Honorable Speaker, I would like you to allow me 1 extra minute.
Okay, as you speak to that camera behind you.
I would like to get this 1 minute. I would like to analyze why the Acholi region has remained or has become the story of poverty. One, the war, which lasted for 20 years, took away all forms of, let me say, everything was disrupted. Education was totally disrupted. Family units were disrupted. Actually, way of life was disrupted. And this has impacted us in the way that there was a lot of starvation. People were not allowed to go to their garden. You stay in a camp and you wait for 1 cup of beans to be given to you with your family for a week, or then another 2 cups and after another month or so. So people stayed starvation. There was no education for 20 years. The grade of people who started going to school, Even there was no complete breakdown of education system. And that is why now Acholis cannot understand easily what is going on around them. People don't even know the value of money because they are not educated. There is complete lack of education. There is a time when some people were supposed to be given 1 million per person. Then another one said, we give you 500,000. And they said, at least 500,000 is better than what? 1 million only. Give us 500,000 per person. Because they don't know. They are not educated. And unless we address education in Acholi land, unless we address the society, the way we should behave in our society, we are doomed.
Thank you.
I hope that our current leaders will look into this. And the last point is electricity. We have no high voltage electricity in Acholi land. I would like to say it is deliberate, so that we cannot have industries, we cannot have factories in Acholi. It's deliberate.
With Karuma just here.
40 years in power, actually, even the high voltage transformer that we had in Gulu was taken away. It was taken away. It was replaced by small transformers. One serves La IP division, another one serves La Ro. So enough for lighting and putting on your television and TV. There is no power which is enough to help us have industries in Acholi. And this is what I really beg our leaders and government to address. Thank you.
So you can't install a 4-phase system in this region?
Even the one we had was taken away. Please, can you return our transformers? Can you bring back the big transformers? You are serving us with the very chicken feeds.
The people of Gulu want back their transformer. However, we are here to understand whether the voters have been engaged enough, what they think the Electoral Commission should do in the remaining weeks to engage them in order to see a peaceful and fair election. If you've been part of this conversation, for those that are watching from home, we shall be in Gulu District and Gulu City again next week to bring you yet another fresh episode in partnership with the NGO Forum. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation.